Thank you for that. I'd like to invite Wameng Moua he's the publisher of Hmong Today.
Nyajong. Thank you all for sharing your time tonight on this truly sad occasion. This gathering is a warm show of love to honor a man whose broad smiles and never-ending generosity we will all truly miss. Although nothing we say or nothing we do will bring us back to last Saturday night, the family now knows that they are not alone in this healing process. The community came out tonight, the young, the old, black, brown, white. We came out tonight because we care as a community, and that is a beautiful thing. My name is Wameng Moua. For those who might not know me, I'm the publisher of Hmong Today, our community newspaper. Oddly enough, 10 years ago, I wrote my very first article right here at Molinas. Since that time, I've written over 1,000 articles about us, the Hmong people. I've seen our Hmong people at its best, at its worst, and everything in between. And as somebody who follows and reports the news in our community, I feel it is my obligation to stand before you tonight to ring loudly the warning bells that something is terribly wrong in our community right now. I could tell you that Vone's death is just one of over a dozen, over 12 senseless, violent deaths that have happened since Valentine's Day of this year. For the past 5 months, I have drowned in an endless river of tears flowing from one family to the next. I have had to knock on doors that open to shrieking mothers who cry for their lost sons and daughters. Broken hearts show on the sad faces of young children who must now live without their father, their mother, their provider and protector. The thumping of those funeral drums, they continue to beat in my heart right now as I speak before you. Still, I was able to put that professional face on as I needed to ask those tough questions. And although they were Hmong, there was a distance as they were strangers to me. Names on ink. However, the loss of Brother Vone, right here at Molinas, just last week, somebody I knew, respected, was my mentor. It proves that this ugly disease that's harming our community does indeed hit home. As we mourn those who we have lost, though, let us also think about the families, the mothers, the fathers who now are going to spend a lifetime behind bars. Young children and entire families, from the victims and the assailants, will suffer a lifetime because of one stupid decision. Analyzing all these tragedies, I have concluded that there are indeed common evils that continue to show up in each and every one of these deaths. And I'm no preacher, but I have to say this. It's drugs, alcohol, and infidelity. Every single one of these incidences, every one of these tragedies involve these three elements. And like I said, I'm guilty of some of that stuff myself, but I have to say we Hmong people are just partying too much. We have doing too much stuff and we're not going back to what really matters. Does everybody remember the movie Titanic? Like those dancing, partying socialites on the Titanic, we Hmong are sleeping at the wheel as our community crashes into an iceberg. Right here in Molinas, impact was felt a week ago. Another rip into the heart of our community. Vone's death, as tragic as it is, can be a warning bell for us all. Let's use this tragedy to inspire each and every one of us to perhaps party a little less and use that extra time towards something positive in the community. Volunteer at your kids' schools. Become a board member at your favorite nonprofit. Sit on the district council. And at the very least, go and vote during elections. The voting rate for young Hmong and women, it's very embarrassing. You will be amazed by the rewards and the results. And speaking of results, take for example, our next speaker, Dai Tao. Along with Amy Shong and many of the others that I recognize out here, Dai got involved with a local organization called Take Action Minnesota. They set goals, called the right people, and worked their butts off to get results for the Hmong people. This gathering, for example, was the result of clear, concise leadership when Dai decided to contact the family. And when I say that the community is asleep at the wheel, I should also say that it's not too late to wake up. In a city where the Hmong comprise nearly 20% of the population, we have not one manager at the city of St. Paul. At the headquarters of St. Paul Public Schools, where 1 out of every 3 children go to are Hmong students, you will not be able to find one decision-making administrator at St. Paul Public Schools. So folks, it's not too late to wake up and take a hold of the wheel for the future of the Hmong community. That's why I'm proud to support a solid leader like Dai Tao, who I'm proud to call up on the stage.
My name is Dai Tao. My wife and I, with our 3 children, we live a few blocks from here on Grotto. I'm a community organizer and a friend of Vone. When I learned that Vone's life has been taken, I was deeply saddened and upset. I didn't really know what to do with my feelings. But what I did know was that maybe I wasn't the only one feeling this way, and that we must somehow come together to stand firm against violence and put this vigil together. And that because we needed to come together so that we can begin to heal and remember Vone for his kindness and his heart and the courage and his conviction to do his work night after night. We needed to come together to stand firm against any acts of violence. We needed to come together to tell those who don't know Vone and those who don't know about Frogtown that this cowardly act and senseless act does not define Vone and it does not define our neighborhood. The people in our neighborhood are hardworking. They are problem solvers. They are kind, like Vone. They are courageous, and they are resilient. They are all what Vone is to those he loved, and to those who loved him, and to those he shared his laughter with, and those who saw him as a brother, a mentor, and to those who know him. Before I got to know Vone, I didn't understand why a man with his education and ability, a man who could run any business or take any upper management position, would spend his time and energy night after night trying to do good. But what he said to me is probably something that he said to all of you. If not him, then who will open their doors to the outcast, to the lonely, to the lost, and to those who just needed to get away for a while? At that moment, I knew that I found an ally and a friend. And from then on, I appreciated his action, his suggestion, his advice, and I respected his conviction to co-create a better community for all of us. You know, some say that it is impossible for one man or one woman to bring change to this community, and yet we look at history and many of the most powerful changes in our world started with one man or one woman. General Bang Pao, who led his Hmong people to freedom. Rosa Parks ignited the civil rights movement so that we can have our freedom today, and some of us does not take full advantage of. And then there was a carpenter's son named Jesus who shaped our world today. These dedicated people change our world for the better, and we can do the same. We can do the same right now. Like Vone, if we work together, if we act with courage and resilience, we can rid of the violence in our community, in this community, and in this great city of St. Paul. Each time we act with kindness and respect towards each other, it doesn't matter if they look like us or not, Vone would have lived through us. Vone would be proud of us. Like you, I will miss his humble smile when I walk into his business. Though rare, I will miss him on the karaoke machine when he bellows his notes. And most importantly, I will miss the way that he makes people feel that they also have a place in this world. And that they all have an opportunity to serve the community and to do good unto others. And so it is my belief that Vone would want us to forgive those who have taken his life, and that we must at this moment going forward forgive all those who have wronged us. Forgive them. Going forward, we must denounce violence towards our fellow human. There are those who will choose the easy path, and there are those who will choose the hard path like Vone. We all have a choice to make. Everybody, we all have a choice to make. I hope that when you leave here tonight, you will let Vone pass on an inspiration to you, that you may never let the candle light in your heart ever goes out. To serve the community, to act in kindness, to help each other end violence, and to open the doors of opportunity to those who want to better their life. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dai. Next, I would like to invite Dr. Wameng Moua. He is the clan leader or a leader in the Moua family.
Good evening. My name is Muasa from Chamua. I'm one of Vone's uncles. On behalf of our family, I would like to thank all of you who are his good friends, colleagues, especially for the organizers, Daito, for your sympathy by organizing this candlelight tonight. I'm here not to summarize all events in his life, but I just have to say a few words in his memory. One was not only a family-oriented person, a hardworking businessman, but a strong advocate for the betterment of the community. Many occasions, their good friends or stranger come to his business. He often offer free drinks. That's why in the past several years, he had participated in many projects and political campaigns in the city for the sole purpose to make a better, safer, and more secure place to live and to raise the family. Dear friends, losing a husband, a father, a son, a good you feel is very difficult in life. Maybe somebody doesn't feel like me and the family. Living a widow with 4 young children and an expected newborn in July is the most sadness and anxiety for the future of the family. As one of his immediate uncle and with the Moua family, we are very proud to see so many of you are here tonight. We are sure, certain that without his physical presence here with us, but his spirit is around us and with us tonight.